Welcome back to our Loners Podcast.
Episode 4.
4. Yay. That's a month. That's 1 month of us doing this.
Yeah.
And not one subscriber.
No, we have a couple.
Oh, we do?
Yeah.
Okay.
There's like 4 or 5 subscribers, so thank
Cool.
you. Even though probably it's like my sister and
Probably me. It's probably my actual
yeah,
personal
mine
account.
too. Yeah. Oh well, you gotta start somewhere, right?
Right. Anyway, I would say I've had an eventful
Few
week.
weeks.
What do you mean few weeks?
No, it's just Linda's been recently we've noticed like everyone and their mother has just been like contacting her, like trying to get a hold of her, like to
You
do
too,
stuff.
but mostly me.
Yeah.
It's just like, I feel like, during the holidays when you have so many things planned,
Yeah.
like you're doing something almost every day. And it doesn't help that I have a lot of family members that don't talk. So it's like little groups here and there that are all like, come do this with us. Come do this with us. Come do that with us. And then friends, you throw friends in the mix. And
Yeah.
it just becomes like too much for me.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know.
No, I totally get you.
So yeah, it feels like the holidays, but we're not celebrating anything. Just life, I guess. And
Yeah, it was just Easter's just passed.
yeah, Easter, yeah. So
I always wondered what the origin of Easter is.
isn't it like Christ?
That's why it's like a
Resurrecting.
Catholic holiday, I guess.
I guess. I mean, my mom's family is Middle Eastern and they take it very seriously as well.
I think also they find any it's
Reason
not
to
bad.
hang
It's
out.
not bad. They find any excuse to get together.
I love how you have to be like, it's not bad. It's not like someone's
Well, because
gonna come
that
to
could
you.
be like taken in like that.
It's just an
saying,
observation and you're not wrong.
Yeah.
They will find any reason
Yeah.
to hang out. Like any reason. to
Yeah, I
hang
was
out.
just saying it's not a bad thing.
Yeah. So yeah, that you didn't like. Okay, so Easter weekend just passed. I spent Saturday with my mother and had a weird interaction with someone at this like party. So my cousin invited us to her boss's Easter party. She claimed it was an Easter party. We got there, ended up being the boss's daughter's birthday too. So that felt like already like what the fuck, but like it's
why
fine.
are we here?
No, because we actually know her through passing because they will come to my aunt and my cousin's house for like events too. So we know her. She's really sweet. That was fine. But like you always want to know when a birthday's happening. Like
Yeah.
like if you attend somewhere, you don't want to like be told there, oh, we're celebrating a birthday. So whatever. We enjoyed it for the most part, my mom and I, but there was like this lady we didn't know. This I don't think I told you. I think I was just gonna wait till.
Yeah, I think you
Okay.
said let's wait.
Yeah,
so
I
I'll
was like-
tell you, yeah.
I just remember laying in bed that night and being like, should I tell Brian? I was like, nah, I'll wait till the podcast. So
Great.
this
So
was super,
first time I'm hearing it here.
yeah, it was just super uncomfortable. This lady got a little too lit, and personally, I don't think it was just alcohol. I think she might have taken something too. So outside, everyone's grabbing food, and then we go outside, and there's like these 2 long tables for everyone to eat, and then a couple like small ones near the pool, right? So we're at one of the long tables, all chatting, just everyone's kind of like mingling. Then, behind us was a couple like containers with ice and drinks, right? So there's a girl there, maybe I want to say 12, maybe 12, I don't know. She goes and she is digging through the container to find a water bottle. Someone had just dumped a bunch of like solid ice just on top, so it was kind of hard for her. So my back is facing this girl, so all I see to the right of me is this woman, a guest there, and she's like, what are you doing, to the little girl? And we all kind of stop and look. We're thinking, oh, like, what is she doing? And she just gives her the look like, what? And then she's like, you could tell her facial expression. She wanted to be like, are you talking to me? But she just ignored her. She just kind of gave her a look. And then she's like, hey, I'm talking to you. What are you? And then she was gonna call her, I would consider a racial slur. She was like, okay, let me preface this. The lady speaking, I couldn't tell her ethnicity. I want to say she was either like, she either was part black or she gave me like Indian vibes, but totally American in a sense. I'm just thinking about her ethnicity or her background.
Like Americanized?
Yeah, she definitely was mixed with something. So yeah. And then the little girl, she kind of looked Hispanic, white and Hispanic mix, whatever. I'm totally just guessing here. I'm just what it looked like, face value to me. And the woman speaking to her, she's like, I'm talking to you. And then she was about to say the N word, but like LET at the end, like a little kid, you know? And I'm just like, she's like, I would call you a fill in the blank, but you're Mexican. And we were all just like, whoa, like, dude, like, chill out. Like, first off, you don't even know this girl. This poor little girl, she just looks at her and she's just like stunned. And then she just walks away. And then I walked to like where she was trying to get a drink. And I was like, it's okay, sweetie. Like, come here. And then I was like, what do you want? And she's like, I'm looking for water, but I don't see any. So I'm like, okay. So I lifted up the ice. I found a couple and I gave them to her. And I said, just go sit at your table. Like, don't even engage, you know? So she went. I don't even know if her parents heard it. She was sitting with her parents who were just kind of like looking in the direction, seeing like what's going on. But I guess they didn't care enough to like actually investigate and see what was happening. So they were just like, okay, that was weird, but whatever. And the lady just kept going on. And then she was like, what? Because she saw us all looking at her like, are you okay?
Yeah, like what the hell were you just doing right now?
Yeah, and I guess her boyfriend was there and he was on the other side of the table and he kind of was just looking at her like, oh, here she goes, you know? And I'm just like,
this
okay.
is every Saturday occurrence.
Right. And I was just like, we don't know her. Like, I could tell majority of people there didn't know her, at least at the table. So we kind of were like, okay, let her have her moment and we'll move on and whatever. And she kept saying like, she was like, what? You know, I just want her to know, this made no sense. I just want her to know that she's a bad bitch. And literally,
she's saying this about a 12-year-old, a 12-year-old girl.
So we're like, we all were like, I wouldn't say that. Like, she's a kid, you know? And she's like, well, you know, look at all of us. Everyone here, like, she needs to know we're all bad bitches. And like, she could be like us one day. And I was like, I would not. I said, girl, please. Like, no. I said, I don't think that's like appropriate. Like, I think you could easily send another positive message to her that doesn't have to deal with that. But clearly she was like, she wanted to, there was something going on up there where she wanted to like say something offensive to the little girl. And I think when she kind of got the sense that
everyone was kind of like, we don't really approve of you doing this. She was like, oh, I gotta fix it.
Yeah. And it was just so awkward. And then we just kind of like, I don't want to say gave her the benefit of the doubt, but we just kind of like diffuse it and be like, okay, that's great. Like, we're not going to talk like that about a kid. So just let it like shut up and go back to what you were doing. And even her boyfriend kind of was like, okay, honey, like, you know, whatever.
Jesus.
I know. And it was just like, okay, that was weird. But when you don't know people, you don't know what to expect. So you're just kind of like, okay, whatever. That's great. Now shut the fuck up now, you know? Sit down. So then later, we're all just kind of, I could see my aunt's face, I could see my face. My cousin left at that point. She had to go hang out with other people. My mom was like, okay.
Your cousin's the one who invited you like for her boss thing?
Yeah. She kind of walked away because she knows obviously a lot of the people there because, you know.
So did she know her?
From my understanding, she knew of her, but they don't have a relationship where they would like.
Well, it's funny that it's because this isn't even your cousin's event. It's your cousin's boss's event, right?
Her boss comes to a lot of my aunt's like events, I guess you would say. So we've met her so many times, and she's always cool. Like, you know, like this has nothing to do with her. Like, she's great. But this particular person obviously was invited by the host or like extended family that we obviously have no relation to, because that's just we're guests just as much as other people are. We're not like inside whatever. So, and my cousin sold it to my mom and I as a Easter party that she's having, and that's it. So, you know, obviously there was other people who were closer to the birthday girl that were there. Anyway,
that's a pretty strange.
That was awkward. And then later, like I kind of went inside. It was like, okay, I need a break from this energy, and then it fizzled out, and then we came back, and then she sat next to my mom when I came back. Like she was sitting right next to my mom, and I'm just like, oh god. So I sit across my mom, trying to like, be a crutch if anything, because my mom isn't very. My mom can be passive. Yeah. She's not the one to like stand up for herself. Like, not saying this lady was gonna do anything, but anyway. So she goes. I sit and my mom was saying something, and then she goes to my mom, like, you're my mom and I'm the woman, and then I am right here, right? Okay. She goes, and who is this bitch?
To your mom?
To my mom about me. And I said, this bitch is her daughter. And she's like, I wasn't asking you. And I said, well, you're talking about me. So if you're gonna ask about me, I'm gonna speak. And then she goes, okay, yeah, you're right. Like, fine, And I'm like, okay, well, nice to meet you. I'm Linda. Like, what's your name? And she said her name, and I genuinely do not remember. And then my mom was just like so uncomfortable. My mom laughs when she's nervous. Like, she'll just laugh shit off for the sake of like not making anyone feel uncomfortable. Yeah. Especially because she knew it didn't bother me. I was just kind of like, okay, calm down. Yeah,
but did the way that she had the tone, did it seem serious or joking?
It seemed a little bit of both, but mostly serious. Like, you could tell she wanted to say some stuff to piss me off.
Why though?
I don't know, babe. There's people that are just like that, especially when they're under the influence. Certain thoughts will arise that they wouldn't have sober, or at least they wouldn't say sober.
Yeah, I guess. But damn.
And I'm just like, and then she was like, and then other things pass, whatever, and then she goes, do you know who so-and-so is? Because she claims she's a comedian, and I'm thinking, comedians are funny. You're just
awkward as
you're awkward, shit. Yeah. But I didn't say that. I was slinking it, and then she was like, "Do you know who so and so is?" And the lady who was sitting next to me, I didn't know her either, but like we kind of all started like talking. She's like, "Oh, I don't know, like that sounds familiar." Like, and I was like, "Yeah, it sounds familiar, but like I can't put a face to a name. You know me. I can't remember anyone's name to save my life. I don't care how famous you are. It's very like unless I idolize you, I probably don't know your name." So yeah, and I was like, I don't know, like let me Google. So I Google it, and like this lady shows up, and I was like, is this who you're talking about? Because I don't know who that is. And then I thought I knew the name's not familiar, but the face doesn't look familiar. And then she's like, no, I told you to type blah blah blah. And I said, I did type that. I said, did I write it wrong? And she like grabs my phone and she types it, and then she looks all confused that nothing's coming up. And she's like, go on Instagram. Go on your Instagram and search it. So I'm just like, this, like a part of me was just like intrigued. I was like, who could she possibly be talking about, right? Yeah. So I was just like, all right, fuck it. So I go on. I was like, who? I was like, is this what you're talking about? And she takes my phone again and she goes, this girl. And she's like, clicks it. This girl is like a stripper. Like, this is her like personality trait all over TikTok. I'm not TikTok, of Instagram. It's just like stripper photos galore. And I'm like, in my head, I'm thinking, what makes you think you just say this woman's name and I'm going to be like, I know who that is? You know what I mean? I'm thinking she's like talking about a comedian. Like someone,
who does like shows and stuff.
Yeah, like, because that was a topic at hand. So I'm thinking, of all things, you're showing me a stripper, you expect me to just like off the top of my head.
Oh yeah, I know who that is.
And I'm like, I said, okay. I said, no, like, why can't you just say that? When I'm asking, is it a comedian? When I'm asking, is it this? Why can't you just say, no, it's a stripper? Like, have you heard of her? Like, that's it. And then I was like, no, I haven't. I said, is there a reason why? And then she just kind of was like, and then she kind of just like brushed it off. Like, yeah, that's her. And I'm like, okay, I think she has some type of like relationship with this woman, whether it's a crush or whether it's friends, like I don't know, but it just felt very personal. It didn't feel like she was like, this is a well-known person in the industry.
Encounter.
It was super awkward. And I'm thinking, okay, if it was like, some people are just like famous strippers or like famous porn stars. Like if it was someone that was like really well known in the industry, then it would be like more like, do you know this person, like of them? Then I would have been like, I get why you asked, because it's a common name to some people, but like it was like someone that maybe had like 1,000 followers. So it was, you could tell it was personal. And that's when I was just like, what makes you think I would know this person?
This is just weird.
So I just was
this
trying
whole
to
situation.
Yeah, I was just trying to like let it go and be like, I was like, no, I don't know who this is. Should I know? Like, I don't know. So that was just super awkward. And then I told myself, okay, like, we're just not going to be, like, I can't have a conversation with this person.
Yeah.
Like, she's on a whole nother level than me.
From what it sounds like, it seems impossible to have a conversation with her.
And then luckily, around that time, they're like, okay, cake. This woman disappeared. I did not see her the rest of the damn night, and her phone was on the table. And I remember my aunt and someone else was like, whose phone is this? I said, it's that woman's. They said, okay, well, like, let's find. I was like, this is going to stay right here.
I'm done.
As far as I
to
know,
yeah.
I am not finding any other reason to.
I don't blame you.
Heck to the no, especially because her boyfriend was there. She was saying some other stuff that was a little too vulgar that I was just like, I'm not. Like, I can't. I just ignored it. And
how old did this woman seem?
She was probably... It's hard to say because my mom looks at least 8 years younger than her age, 8 to 10 years younger. But if I had to compare, I would say at least 46, 47, maybe
Jeez.
Hitting 50.
I guess when you get to a certain point, you just don't give a fuck at all. I don't
think it's that. There was definitely some.
She might have been.
She was a different breed. It was one of those people. It's like I feel like if you didn't, you either understand her or you don't, and I just didn't get it.
Yeah. I don't think most people would.
So then later that night, I come home, and this is not like as weird. This was just kind of like uncomfortable and annoying. We live in LA, so do what you will with that info. We live in LA. I pulled into a Taco Bell parking lot because I was like on my phone. So I pulled into this parking lot, and as I'm pulling in, I make eye contact with someone who was like sitting by the door. Like as I'm driving in, someone's facing this way and opposite way as me, and we just instantly like I made eye contact with this person, and then I thought nothing of it, and I parked. And I'm just waiting in my car for a minute. I think I was like responding to a text or like on my phone for a second, and then I'm about to get out, and I look to the left, and I see the person standing outside there, and he's like gesturing something along the lines of like food, like putting something towards his mouth. And I'm like, okay. Like in my head, I'm like, is he asking me to get him food? But he was literally just eating. Like I just saw him eating. But maybe he's asking if like I'm gonna get food, or maybe he's saying, do you want me to get you food? Which would be super weird, but like whatever. Because nothing is surprising out here, like at all.
Yeah.
So yeah. So he goes, so I initially took it as like, are you gonna go get food? Like for whatever reason, are you gonna get food? And if so, here's what I have to say or whatever about it. So I'm like, okay, whatever. So he's looking at me, and I'm just shaking my head no. I'm like, no. And then he like rolls his eyes, and he like yells and goes, you don't even know what I'm saying. So then I roll the window down an inch, and he's like, I'm asking if you can go get me food. And it took all of me to not say, you were just eating. Like, I just saw you eating in there. If you want money, just say I want money, Yeah. So then I just shook my head. I said, I'm sorry, sir. Like, no, I'm not. Like, no. And then he goes, why not? He's like, do you want to buy something from me? Look at all this stuff I have. And it was dark out. I honestly couldn't see. And then I was like, no, thank you. Thank you for the offer. I'm good. I'm just like in my car. I'm going to leave right now, And then he's like, well, what, you want some weed or something? I can sell you weed. And I'm like, no, thank you. I'm good. Oh, wait, sorry. When I first rolled down the window, he's like, you can't even hear me, blah, blah, blah. And then I said, he's like, do you even know what I'm going to ask? I said, oh, you're probably going to ask, like, am I going to go eat right now, whatever. And then he's like, huh? Like, huh? I can't hear you. And I think that was his way of trying to get me to roll down the window, but I didn't. And then he's like, you're just shaking your head. You don't even know what I'm saying. Like, and I'm just like, oh my God. Here's the thing. I'm not above helping anyone. I've given food and money to, people that are asking for it. Yeah. Like here and there, when I'm out. But it's just like, I don't get I don't want to say entitlement, but I don't want to, like, why do people assume that you owe them something? like no matter what. That's what triggers me.
Yeah.
Because I've been in so many situations where I give and they're just mean about it. Obviously, I've been in a lot of situations where I give and people are grateful, and I don't expect like you to high five me, but like just
not to be
if you're
rude
asking
about
for
it.
anything and someone is gracious enough to give, then thank you. Move on with your day. That's it.
Yeah.
Or you nod your head, move on. But like the occurrences I've had where people are just so like, well, why not?
Yeah.
I'm just like, oh my God. Like I don't understand that.
Yeah, it's hard because like when you see certain people, you're like, initially you think, oh, like this person needs help. Like they seem like, genuinely they just need help. I'll give them something. And then whenever they act like what you're trying to give them is not enough, or that you should be giving them more or something like that, it's like, I'm trying to help in the first place. Like I don't understand why you feel like you need to be that way. But I don't know. It does happen quite often, actually.
It's discouraging, and it's like, come on, man.
Yeah.
I don't know. It just, I don't know. It's discouraging, and it makes me.
It makes you not want to help other people just because you don't know if it's going to be like that. But
not that they're thinking that far ahead, but I already wasn't going to go in there. And granted, that's not his, like, he's not thinking, oh, she's not going to go in anyway. Why would she come in for me? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But for myself, like, I wasn't planning on going in anyway. I would just pull over for a second. And it's like, if I were to get out, like, my brain isn't like, I'm not gonna help you, I don't have to help you. My brain is like, I don't know you and you want me to get out of my car when you're standing like right here in front of it, and like I don't know what your agenda is. Like I don't know if you actually are just like, if he had said, hey, I'm just trying to get something to eat,
like in a calm manner.
Yes.
Yeah.
But it was so aggressive, and I'm just like, dude, like, watch your tone. Like, I don't, first off, no one owes you anything. Especially a stranger who you have no fucking clue who I am.
In that situation, it's like, it's not far off to think that if they're being that aggressive, it's like...
And I'm alone. I'm not with anyone.
Yeah.
It's nighttime. Mm-mm.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad you didn't roll the window down more and all that.
But like, it reminded me so stupid of the Target situation that we spoke about, like, I don't know if it was last week.
Yeah.
It reminded me of that. And like, I feel like, call it paranoia, but I feel like I'm always having to think, are people up to no good? And that I hate that, because I know that that's not the mass. Like, I know that most people aren't thinking that way.
Or trying to do anything harmful to people.
Yeah.
But
you never know. You hear so many stories, like, especially in a city like LA. Like, you don't know what people are up to.
I'm sure it's a giant business, like kidnapping people and doing stuff like that.
Or I might even say he was going to kidnap me. Like, I don't know he was going to try to steal the car.
Something.
Or like, mug me. I don't know.
Just I think the aggressiveness just shows that there might have been bad intention.
Yeah, it came off very
like just do what I say already, so I can do this.
Yeah. Like, weren't you following my plan? You know, that's kind of what it seemed like. And I'm just like, we just made eye contact, and I just saw you eating.
Yeah.
Like, if you want money, just ask for fucking money. Like, just be like, hey man, you got a couple bucks to spare? I genuinely one of those people, I don't care what you spend your money on. Like, I just don't care. The video stops. I don't know like exactly where it landed, but yeah, I was just saying it becomes mentally exhausting. Like,
having to think like, oh, is that situation going to happen again today? Or is this going to happen again?
But I don't think like that. I'm not like, oh my God, am I going to deal with some annoying people today? I'm not like that. I'm just like, when it comes, I'm just like, okay.
Here we go again.
Like, can we just get to the end of this already? It's just, I don't know. And I think because I had 2 occurrences in one day, I was just like, oh my God, I need to go home and nap.
I get that. I mean, I don't like get it completely, because I'm sure it's different for a woman in a city anywhere. I mean, you shouldn't feel like you have to always have someone there with you, even though like I go with her whenever, but like it shouldn't feel like, oh, like I need to have someone every single place I go because I don't want to deal with some weirdo today.
Yeah,
you shouldn't have to deal with that as a woman. Even I'm sure it happens to guys too. I'm sure, but not as much. But
I mean, I don't know. I'm not a dude, but
I've had just weird experiences sometimes where like someone will like see if I have like a scratch on the car or like a little dent on the car.
Yeah, that happened.
They'll just like stop me, and they won't shut up about like, I can fix this, just give me
I've had that happen
20 30 bucks, I can fix it. And I'm like, no, like I'm good, like don't. And then they just won't leave you alone, and then they get pissed if you say no.
Yeah, I get the hustling, I get you asking.
Yeah, but don't be so aggressive. Like that's gonna make me just like not want to get your help even more.
I was going to like, where was I going? I don't remember, but I remember the cross street I was at, and these guys literally just run out into the street with like, they had water bottles with a hole like in the top.
Yeah.
They just were going to cars spraying them with soap and water and cleaning them and or demanding money for it. And people were just like, I didn't ask you to do that.
Yeah. I saw that the other day happening, and I'm like I hate.
I was like, don't come to me.
It sucks because like you get like the hustle that they're trying to do,
Yeah.
but then you're also like
You want to support,
can't
but then
just
you're
be
like,
so aggressive
don't.
with it.
Yeah.
Like I mean, like in my hometown, when you would be going towards like Matamoros or like going to Mexico, you would see that, but they weren't aggressive with it. But they would just have like the wipers, and they they would like signal you, and then the people would be like, yeah, go ahead. And then they do it real quick,
Yeah.
and then you give them like whatever change or whatever.
Totally understandable. I get it.
Yeah, they weren't just like jumping and doing it. They would like give you like a signal, like, do you want me to do this or not? And I think that gets people more to be like, okay, sure.
Oh, my nose is so dry.
Yeah.
The weather in LA has been all over the place. Sorry. The weather in LA has been all over the place. It's been like cold, then hot, then windy.
Yeah, we had like a heat wave. Was it 2 weeks ago or a week ago?
I think it was like 2 weeks ago. And then all of a sudden it was like raising. Like a day after.
Yeah. It's so weird. It went to like 95 here. And then a day after, it was back to like high of 65. But today, the weather is super beautiful today, though. But it's just allergies. I've been getting allergies, too.
Me too. My nose is in pain. My nostrils are throbbing right now.
My nostrils.
My nostrils.
Flaring my nostrils if you can't see. I'm going to zoom in on that later.
I was like, I don't know if I can.
But yeah. I think I'm going to hit a hike tomorrow morning.
What's tomorrow, Wednesday? I have my ortho appointment tomorrow.
What time?
At 9. Don't worry, you have fun. Go without me. Last night, we got a little high. Well, I got very high. Brian.
Well, I don't really partake in that anymore, in weed.
I don't
Not usually.
partake in the doubles.
And two of her friends came over for like dinner and to hang out. We watched a horror movie, and it was actually an incident in a ghost land.
In a ghost land.
It was actually surprisingly like very clever. Yeah. The storyline.
Well, and like, also we were all very, very high.
We were stoned, yeah. Because one of her friends brought edibles, and like I said, I don't really smoke that much, so I only took one, and they all took like 2 or 3.
I took 2. They each took 3.
Just like, you crazy motherfucker.
Yeah, I don't know. Like
one of her friends was just literally sitting at the table because we ordered Thai food. He was sitting at the table for like 2 hours, just sitting there eating.
No, literally the entire time. Once we sat at the table, he did not get up.
Yeah,
he was eating the entire time.
It was hilarious.
I don't know how he was getting it, man.
But yeah, like, so go ahead.
No. And then at the end of the movie, Brian, I don't know if you remember, but you were like, "Wow, that was either really good or we're really high." And I'm like, I think it was good.
Honestly, they ended it. I don't know if you guys even want to watch it. Like I'm saying, they ended it well. Like most horror movies of what I've seen, the ending is just like
make or break.
Like, come on, you could have done this. You could have shown this. They actually ended it in a clever space, and they would jump back and forth between certain things in the movie that you're like, oh, this is like keeping you on your toes.
Yeah, at first you're like, this makes no sense, and then you're like, oh, is it like this? And then you're like, okay, that's what's happening, and it's still cool what's happening. Yeah, and it's it's interesting.
By the way, guys, if you live in LA area, like near the West Side, Emerald Thai cuisine.
That's what we ate last night.
Yeah, obviously I'm not sponsored by them,
good.
but their food is so good. And if you get this thing, it's called like a Thai chicken. Yeah, Thai stuffed chicken leg or something. And with the sauce that comes with it, it's gonna blow your mind. I'm telling you right now.
Yeah, it's so good.
Just come back here after you try it. You're gonna be like, her friend tried it, and he was just like, whoa.
No, at first he was like, he's like, what is that? And then we're just like, don't ask, just like eat it.
Yeah, just try it.
And then he tried it, and
his mind was blown. He had no words. He had no words. Yeah, and I was like, yep. I'm like, the same thing that happened to me when I first tried it.
Yeah.
Like we're getting him hooked on fucking heroin.
It was like, okay, it's called stuffed chicken wing, I'm pretty sure. And think of like a spring roll.
And like
or like an egg roll, but like with all like the cabbage, carrot stuff. But it also had like ground chicken in it. And it's like huge. And then they take that filling and they deep fry it.
But it doesn't feel like
it's not like wrapped in something. It's just battered and they fry it and it's just so good.
Yeah, it's amazing. So yeah, if you live in LA, try Emerald Thai.
Yeah, I haven't seen it anywhere but there. I'm sure the other places have it, but that shit's so good.
Yeah, it was very
So,
good. But my stomach was showing. I didn't want to show my tummy.
it's fine. You're funny. We ate so much yesterday.
Yeah.
So full. And I kept getting more and more full, but then I was like, because you're high, I kept wanting to eat more.
Oh, also, and Linda made her banana pudding.
Yeah, it was good.
It's amazing. Ow, ow.
It was Oreo banana
Yeah.
pudding.
We're going to start selling that.
Brian wants to start selling it.
Wait, it would be cool to go to like the little farmers markets that are near here or something, and just not even a farmers market, just like a pop-up, set up a stand with it.
No, I get it.
Test it out.
I just don't want to deal with all the licensing back shit.
I feel like, dude,
When it comes
I
to
bet you
food,
every
people-
pop-up people aren't asking for all that.
They are. Some of them don't. Some of them are more loose with it. I mean, don't get me wrong. I haven't sold anything edible at one yet. I've only sold candles, but I think when it comes to food, they're a little bit more strict.
So what would you
But I could be wrong.
I wonder what you would have to do to get like your
Some type
like
of
a food grade.
handler's grade, yeah.
Probably just do that little class online thing.
I don't know. I'm sure it's more. It comes down to more paying for certain
a
permits.
food license or something.
Then it actually, comes down to you doing.
I don't know. We'll look into it. I think it would be fun, and I think people would really like it.
I'll think about it. I'm kind of like exhausted with that side of things, like setting up a tent and a table. Like,
yeah.
I'm not saying I'm against it. I came up with this idea a while ago with you.
I know.
Not with you, but I told you about it, and you were like, yeah, sure, yeah, that's great, whatever. And then now that every time I make the banana pudding again, then you're like, yeah, you gotta sell this.
Whatever.
It's pretty good.
It is really good. People would love it.
Yeah.
It's better than Magnolia.
Magnolia has some good ass.
Yeah, they are good, but
They
it's
have
better.
they get good banana pudding, but like their cupcakes and shit suck. They're
And
like
then-
they're not good.
Yeah, and then she can take her turn on it and put like matcha, other stuff in the.
Everything you said yesterday.
I know you already said
I
it.
already wrote it all down.
I understand. I'm
months
just saying.
ago.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, do you think you can like do? I'm like, boy, I already told you I can do that.
She can do anything.
Anyway, I'm not. I don't know. We'll see. Put my culinary skills to use, I guess.
Yep.
That's like the easiest shit to make, though. So yeah, what happened with you this weekend? I feel like we live together, but there's some weeks where I feel like I don't see you. Like we don't have a lot of alone time.
Yeah, sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
No.
How was your weekend? What'd you do when I was getting harassed at?
Well, usually Saturdays are for sure like band practice days.
Oh, side note, my cousin came and surprised us on Easter.
Oh yeah.
Fucking asshole. She lives in Oregon, and she spoke about it a few days before. We're on the phone, and she's like, "Yeah, my X, Y, and Z sister wants me to drive down there," and I said, "Just fly." But like these gas prices, just fly down here. It'll be cheaper. And she's like, "I don't know, whatever." Like she kind of like blew off the topic. And then the night before, I remember thinking to myself, I was like, oh, wouldn't it be really cool if she came? But yeah, like not happening. It would have been nice. And then I show up to my cousin's house and she's there hiding. I was so happy.
She did it on purpose.
It's trippy because she's been in Oregon for almost 4 years.
Yeah.
And the only time I've seen her in the past 4 years is me going there.
Yeah.
Like I haven't seen her in Cali in
Well, you're gonna go see her today.
most likely, but yeah, she leaves tomorrow. But anyway, I thought that was fun. But yes, Brian, what does band practice Saturdays?
Yep. We practiced in Silver Lake at a studio. It was good. I mean, we had a really good jam this past Saturday. We're just trying to record a demo right now soon so we can put something up on Spotify and then start like trying to play at some venues.
Y'all need a singer.
Yeah, I mean, I think first just to record a demo, we can use one of the guitars to sing like after we record the parts and stuff. But soon we will need a singer. Yep.
I think so. So that's all you have to
I mean,
say?
that's pretty much it.
That is that. Wow, I'm really happy for you. What did you do Sunday when I was Easter? Wow, that's a great story. I'm really happy for you. I'm
trying
really
to think
jealous.
like the specifics. All right, I'm thinking
Brian
about
just
it.
stays trapped in his room.
I don't stay trapped in my room.
Yeah, he does. That's your personality trait. A discord what?
Degen.
A discord degen. Yeah.
No. You know what? Today I picked up
Today I touched grass, guys. It was unbelievable.
whatever.
I forgot it exists.
I do need to go on more hikes, so I've been getting a little bit stuck in my room with stuff like researching things and just getting too drawn into it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's cool and I like finding like very like new stuff happening, but it can be a little much when you get so hooked on it and you're like always doing it. And I think I need to just step outside more, touch grass, feel some sun.
Coachella was this past weekend. Today's Thursday.
Coachella's overrated.
I agree. I would go to Coachella if somebody paid, but I would not go out of my way.
What sucks is that they'll have like a few like really good artists, then all the rest it's like people are just going to be like, I'm at Coachella, look at me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. And I get that most of the people, not most, but like a fair share of people go because they're like, I'm going to run into Kendall Jenner or Hailey Bieber.
I could see that.
Like, or Vanessa Hudgens. Like,
yeah.
they're, you know, like celebrities are there. It's
no wonder why they charge so much for it.
I don't even know how much it is, to be honest.
It's a lot.
I'm gonna Google how much is a Coachella ticket
for both weekends. Or just
well, no,
one?
you go for one. It's literally the same thing both weekends.
It's the same thing both weekends.
Yeah, so you pay for one weekend. You know, like ACL is 2 weekends.
Oh,
it's the same.
But ACL has different artists each weekend.
Nope, it's the same. They literally copy and paste. I mean, unless there's an artist or two
that doesn't do the second. Yeah.
But they tell you that.
Interesting.
Hold on. How much is a
Coachella. I do remember.
Do you remember that phase where people would be like, "I'm going to Coachella"?
No, I don't.
There was a time period in high school where people were like, "Going to Coachella."
I'm sure when we were in high school, the lineups were probably even better.
With the shuttle, without shuttle, it's $550
for the whole weekend.
Fucked up. The only remaining general admission passes cost $550. $633 with the shuttle.
Concerts have gotten too expensive over these years. They've just been getting way, way more expensive.
I mean, Harry Styles is there, so that's great. But let me see the lineup. I almost refuse to ever look at the lineup for this thing because I don't care how good it is.
It's so expensive.
I think it's
Why would you need to pay $500 to go see artists? Like, you should be able to pay way less. And they make a shit ton of profit anyway. You should be able to go see artists, like, to just enjoy the music and not stress about how much it costs.
I don't think this was anything to... Like, I don't think Coachella is the music festival people go to. Like you were saying, it's not just about the music.
It's about being there, saying that I went to Coachella. Yeah, I get it.
Like, if you go to, like, ACL, like...
The tickets are way more affordable, too.
Yeah, and they have
really
great
good artists.
Lineups. Yeah.
Because it's more about the music, not just the...
Yeah. And granted, there are, like, visual things to see, but it's nowhere near the installations you see at Coachella.
Yeah, I know, because they have so much money from it.
Better artists. Like, I would rather pay for good music than...
Like, aesthetically good stuff.
Than fucking Instagram pics. And by the way, you probably don't give a F about this, but choosing, like, certain outfits is, like, I don't want to say the main part of why a lot of these, like, influencers and stuff go, but most of them go to, like, flex their outfits, like their cute little whatever the hell they decided to come up with.
I get that.
But this year they've been so mediocre. Like, so mediocre.
Come on, guys.
Step it up.
You gotta step it up to Linda's standards here.
I know that if I went, I would not be I would not be someone, they'd be like, wow, where'd you get that? But I'm not the person you look at for fashion.
There's actually a cool concert coming to...
You're like, yeah, we know.
There's a cool concert coming to Pasadena. With Phoebe Bridgers and the Strokes.
The LCD or
LCD sound system. Yeah.
I told Brian about this months ago, and he's like, "Cool, that's cool." And then now he texted me the other day, "Babe, did you see this?"
I totally forgot.
I'm like, I showed you that.
But
like 2 months
it's because I was like, "Oh, Phoebe Bridgers." For some reason in my head, I thought that she wasn't playing anywhere else, like towards the West Coast, besides Oregon, the one that we found.
She's doing California. She's doing Oregon.
But it was like
Washington.
it was San Francisco, right, or like Northern California.
No, she has in LA, but it was like $200 for fucking nosebleeds, and I was like, I would rather travel somewhere and pay less than half of that and
Yeah.
have a nice weekend getaway.
That's what I'm saying though. Like why
And see her closer.
why is it so expensive to go see an artist? Like they don't
Why?
need to make it that expensive.
Why so expensive?
It doesn't make sense.
It doesn't.
It's like,
Because I know people will pay for it.
I know this is kind of like a dumb comparison, but think about Woodstock in the 70s. It was like $5 a ticket.
Because there was nothing there but like a stage and people singing. And
That's all you need.
Yes, I understand that. Tell that to the
Modern day society.
Tell that to our generation.
Oh, my foot fell asleep. My foot's
Like
asleep.
millennials and Gen Z, babe. No. It's all about how much can I flex on these hoes. That's literally it.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. I just feel like to see an artist, you should be able to afford it if you want to go see an artist.
But they know it's gonna. Most of these artists will sell out regardless.
Yeah, I know. Because
They can
people will
charge
just
them.
pay for it. They don't care.
Yeah. People
Maybe,
I know. People will spend their whole like PTO on this shit.
Yeah.
It's wild. But you know, to each their own. I say that, but I'm like, you guys suck. No, I'm kidding.
I'm not against
Don't get me wrong. I love
having
music
a good
festivals.
time too. Yeah. But
I don't know. There's something about Coachella. And then like the creator Coachella is a homophobic
is that
biatch. I don't know names. We went over this earlier. I don't know names.
It's just
But I have his face in my head. This old white crusty man.
I'm thinking of the founder of
Homophobe.
Insomniac.
No, let's Pescar Rotella.
That's what I was talking about. Yeah, never
he's
mind.
great.
Never mind.
But this motherfucker, I just don't get how. I get the artist playing there, doing it for a check. I understand that. But I don't get influencers who go that are very much in the LGBTQ plus community.
Because they're not looking into that. They still just see it as like the
It
cool
would take
festival.
It would take one motherfucking influencer.
To say that
Part
and
of that
spread the
community.
word out that it's like
That's
that.
a big one. Now I'm
Yeah.
not talking about like a mediocre, like a big one to be like, I ain't going because X, Y, and Z. And then it'll start like a wave of people not going.
Yeah, I know. I get that. Look at our dog is like like navigating the waters over here.
Oh, hello. What do you want to do? Do you want to come up here and look? He wants me to let him come up, and then he like will go his way.
Oh my God, Max has made an appearance. Wait, Max,
His
the other way, the
butt.
other way. Turn the other way.
Come here, baby.
Look at that boy.
Just a little baby.
There you go. He made an
Okay,
appearance.
you can go
I
back now.
gotta
No,
see how to put. I'm gonna put like the crowd chanting cheering effect. Right? Max, what do you have to say for yourself, Max?
Babe, Max does stink. Smell him. I don't know how you just gave him a bath.
No, he doesn't.
What are you using on him?
The shampoo that I had for him, the dog shampoo.
Actual shampoo or
Yeah,
water?
it's like the fragrance free, like the itchy skin relief shampoo. He doesn't stink.
It's okay, baby. I still love
His
you.
breath stinks, but I mean he's a dog.
Oh,
I get his
baby.
teeth cleaned every 6 months.
Look at your baby, my little man. You're such a little baby. You look like a gremlin. Are you over me? You over it?
He's like, what's happening here?
I know. He's like, what's all this? He's looking because we have stuff on this side of the couch, and he's just looking at it like, can you move it? Because I want to lay down. You want to lay over here? All right, go.
Go, buddy. Go. Go. He doesn't understand.
What do you want, baby? Nope, not the yawning. So, okay, yeah. So LA's been pretty empty and nice ever since.
People are out for Coachella.
Since 65% of the people here
Yeah.
are probably coming back today, unfortunately. But then maybe a little bit more will be going to weekend too. So I don't know. We'll see. But from my understanding, most people go the first weekend.
Is Coachella, is it near like Palm Springs and stuff? Is that where people
Yeah.
stay? So people
Indio.
stay like in that area?
Yep.
And then they drive over to the concert?
I wouldn't say drive over. They probably drive over to where the shuttles pick them up, and then the shuttle takes them to an area where they then still have to walk.
That reminds me of how
Our sponsor
the Life
today.
is
No,
Beautiful concert lineup sucks.
kidding. Oh, this year it sucks.
Yeah.
thought
They
we
could have
went
done
over
so
this.
much better. We did, but it's just like
I
annoying.
hate it. I
I'm-
hate it.
Yeah,
Like, it's
we took the
not
chance
good.
to pay for the early bird ones
Yeah.
and it didn't pay off.
Yeah, I don't know. top tier last year. Top
Yeah,
tier.
it was great. And now this year
They're like, okay, we'll give you the scraps.
yeah, not good.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just not. It's not it. And
You can tell because it's not getting sold out.
yeah, I told you that, right?
Yeah, people aren't buying it.
That shit sold out after like an hour last year. This year, it's been weeks. Nothing.
Yeah.
Like, somebody please. I will literally sell our tickets for like cheaper than we paid. Just to get rid of them.
We might have to if it comes down to it.
I know if we went, we'd have fun.
Yeah, but I also want to go and be like, yeah, I'm super like,
I want to look forward to seeing someone.
Yeah.
There's not one artist that I'm like,
there's only there is one.
What,
I would want to see Arctic Monkeys. Yeah.
Yes, of course, but I'm not like counting down the days till I see them.
Yeah, I know.
Whereas I do with like Tame Impala. That's so different.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's like, and then Lord, I'm like, guys.
I've never really heard her stuff.
She just came out with an album like last year, I think. I think that's why. And I know everyone's up Jack Harlow's ass right now. I don't give two fucks about his music. So there's that.
I've never heard his music, but he looks like he's just like that white dude with curly hair.
Yeah.
I didn't know how else to describe him.
Yep, that's him.
Yeah.
Hey, that's more than you usually give us
when
it comes to pop culture. But yeah, if anyone wants some discounted Life is Beautiful tickets with shuttle passes,
hit us in the comments.
Please.
But yeah.
Yawning, you're making me yawn.
Sorry, I can't help it. I went to sleep, so I couldn't sleep last night. So I was just watching. What did I watch last night?
I was so tired.
Oh, I watched. There's a movie with Dakota Fanning and Kirsten.
Oh, The Runaways.
Is her name Kirsten?
Stewart.
Kristen Stewart.
Kristen Stewart.
And they did a movie about Joan Jett, or like the Runaways, the first like girl rock band. Mm-hmm. It's a good movie, really good movie. Yeah. So crazy though. They were all so young and they like got
that
sexualized.
Movie got really huge when it came out.
Yeah.
It was big.
I mean, they did really good acting wise in it, but I just can't believe they got so sexualized as being so young. But that's like what the media was putting out, that their image to be like the look at these young jailbait girls.
Yep.
It's so weird that was okay.
I don't think it was okay. I think that
but they
just didn't question things.
People didn't care as much. Like if you were to try to do that now, instantly the people would get shut down by doing that.
No one would even think to do that now.
Yeah.
I mean, they might think it, but they would just know better. They'd be like, "That's not gonna fly."
Yeah.
Okay, I had one more story.
All right,
just get it out of my system. So this past Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, 5 days ago. Damn. One of my best friends and I went to a show. We went to go see Coachella. They're like a sister duo, electronic music. So we went to go see them in Hollywood. And I haven't seen her in like 7-8 months. Yeah. So it's been a while, but like, you know how those people you don't have to see or talk to for a while, but yet you guys still pick up where you left off. Those are the best friends. And I have a fucking microphone.
Yeah, I was honestly just noticing. I'm like, she's covering her face.
I'm like, can you hear me? So yeah, that's the type of friendship we have. Okay, so fast forward, we're at this venue, and is there something like? Okay, I'm seeing shit. Sorry. We're at the bar. We're like, okay, we have like an hour till they go on. We're in. Let's just catch up and have a drink or two, whatever. Okay, that's what we're doing, chilling, and we're both wearing like tank tops that were like merch from like literally probably 7-8 years ago now, and we're like, the fact that we both still have this shit.
I remember you having that on so long ago.
Yeah. So we're just like, okay, well, fuck it. Like, now we have a chance to wear these damn tank tops, right? Okay, so we're just enjoying ourselves, catching up, and enjoying ourselves. And then a male species had to come up and talk to us. And he's like, hey guys, cool shirts. And we're like, oh, thanks. And then he's like, look at mine, like he wanted us to see his shirt so bad. And it was cool. I'm not going to lie. I was like, oh, that's sick. Like in my brain, I'm like, oh, is that like their new shit? Like whatever. And then he goes, yeah, I made it. And I was like, wow, that's awesome. Cool. And then he's like, yeah, I'm friends with them. And my friend and I are like, wow, that's really cool. Like, and I could just tell we were both just like, we do not care. It's like, yeah, I'm friends with them. Like, well, I have like whatever. Like, I come to all their shows type energy. And I'm like, oh, that's great. And then he whips out his phone and he like goes to his Instagram and he goes, yeah, look. And he shows us a picture he has with them. And we're like, oh, wow, cool. And then he scrolls, look at this one. This was here. And then this one was here. And then it became clear very quickly. We're like, oh, you're a groupie. Got it. Just say so, you know? No, I'm just kidding. So he was very like proud that he had a one-sided relationship with these women, and it just was like super uncomfortable. And it's like my friend and I were being so gracious. We were both just like, wow, that's so cool.
Yeah, trying to not be like mean and
wow,
shit.
like
Yeah.
that's awesome. And my friend and I, like, this is so stupid, I don't even know why I have to say this, but like her and I have both met them also a handful of times, but like we don't feel the need to be like, look, we met them too, we were in this, we were in that, like we don't care.
I think he just expected a different reaction from you guys
think
to
he
be
thought
all
we were
like,
gonna
oh
be
my
like,
god,
oh
you're
my
so
God,
cool.
you're so cool,
Yeah.
hang out with us.
Yeah.
And then we're like, okay, yeah, well, you know. And then my friend goes, yeah, I have to pee really bad. And then she grabs my hand and then she like books it to the restroom. And we go and we're just like, that was so uncomfortable. Oh, no. Before that, he's like, oh, can I follow you guys on Instagram? So then I'm like, fuck. But then I was like, you know what? I'm going to let him follow me and then I'm going to decline the request. Because that's just the easiest way to get out of it. I told Brian this and he's like, why'd you have to give him your thing?
I didn't say that.
Hey, dude. And I'm like, you don't know what it's like being a girl. Like, it's just different. It's so much easier to be like, yeah, sure. And then decline it later when you're like, not
I mean, I
around,
initially questioned, but then I thought about it and I'm like, it's not a big deal. Yeah, I get it.
than it is to be like, no, I have a boyfriend. Like, you know what I mean? It's so fucking stupid. Because 9 out of 10 times a girl says, I have a boyfriend when somebody's trying to like cross the line a little.
Probably don't believe you.
Not only that, but they'll be like, well, I'm not trying to hit on you. Like, I'm just trying to like be friends. Your boyfriend doesn't let you have friends. Like, that's the type of energy a lot of males do. So whatever, it was either pretend my friend and I were dating, or say, okay, sure, you can follow me, and then not follow back and decline his request. So I
could see the first one.
So anyway, fucking asshole. So we go to the restroom. We're both just like, this is fucking annoying. We come back out. We're hanging out again. And like, he starts walking towards us. We both pretended like we didn't see and just fucking booked it upstairs. They had like a opening, like a patio shit to like, so we went up there. We spent like 30 minutes out there till like the headliners came on. And then, yeah. So we kind of avoided him the whole night, and we made our way to the front. We were having fun, and we had a great time. It was so much fucking
The videos
fun.
she was sending me, it seemed cool. They had really cool visuals.
Yeah, their visuals, they've stepped it up a lot with that. It just felt like old times. My friend and I, we used to like, this sounds so fucking lame. We used to go out to these type of things like every weekend.
It's not lame.
I know, but it's like, yeah, we used to party. Like,
no, you would just go see artists that you guys like were obsessed with.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Okay, good. You said it, not me.
It's not.
But yeah,
I wish like in my
awesome.
hometown, I wish artists I like ever went through there. No one went to my hometown. Like,
yeah, would you?
No, that's what I'm saying. It's not a place to go. But like, I never got to see artists that I like growing up in high school or anything, because why the fuck would they go to some small little town down in the very butt of Texas?
Yeah, I don't see why.
Yeah, and they wouldn't. So it was just like, I always had to just look at YouTube videos and stuff, and I was like I wish I could go to these shows.
Yeah, no, I had so much fun. It's
I guess I drove up to like Austin a few times to see, because they would go to Austin.
So like,
but it was like 6 hours north.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it makes sense to only do it in bigger cities, and
Yeah, of course, because that's where you get the ticket sales.
I know.
Yeah.
But anyway, mentally exhausting week, and I'm almost sure that the next couple weeks are going to be just as mentally exhausting.
But you'll get through it.
We always do, right? Speaking of that, my cousin texted me. Anyway, hope this wasn't a fail of an episode. Hope it went well.
Nah, that's fine.
Episode 4.
Peace.
Peace out. A-Town.
All right. Bye, guys.
Bye. We'll see you next week.